All right, we're live. It is Saturday, April 19th, 2025, MMAOB Daily Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Adam Martin. That's my co-host here, Mr. Big Marcel. We're here to preview UFC Kansas City, and looking forward to talking about this card with you, Marcel. I'm just tweeting out the link right now, guys. We just started the podcast. I'm sure people will jump in because I know the people are waiting. Appreciate you guys waiting a few extra minutes for me. Happy Easter weekend, Marcel. I don't know if you guys celebrate Easter, but just wanted to say that.
Yeah, kinda. Thank you. You as well. Happy Easter.
It's another excuse for you to eat more food, right?
I actually don't eat more food during Easter, man. Easter is like, I know it's a holiday, but it's not really like something like we're doing a lot, you know. Only we have on Mondays we have the day off, you know. We have second Eastern day to call it, but
Yeah. So what's it called? I'm off. I was off yesterday,
yeah.
and then I'm off tomorrow. Actually, today it's weird. Like yesterday felt like it was Saturday for some reason.
Okay.
And I did a bowling tournament as well, so it just felt like it was Saturday, and then today was Sunday.
So you were ready for the podcast on Sunday, actually. You know, today.
Pretty much, yeah. No, the reason I moved it was because the Toronto Maple Leafs are playing tomorrow. It's weird. Like usually, Marcel, they'll play on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they moved it to Sunday night for the first game of the playoffs. So I appreciate you moving it. The
No
schedule.
problem.
I was talking to James, and James, he sent me a message today. He's like, "Hey man, good luck to your team tonight." And I'm like, "The game's tomorrow." And he's like, "What?" He's like, "What the fuck?" I know it's so odd. But regardless, you know, I'm looking forward to watching that tomorrow night. My Maple Leafs are going to kick the Senators' asses, hopefully, and win that series. I'm praying to God they win because Marcel, our team is they haven't had much success in the last 50, 60 years. So the last cup, the Stanley Cup they won was in 67, Marcel, when my parents were 4 years old. Can you believe that?
Yeah, dude, yeah.
21 years before I was born. So
I hope my team wins tomorrow as well, man.
Are you actually playing? You're playing tomorrow?
Yeah. We need 7 more points in the upcoming 5 games, and then we're champion. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. I just tweeted. I'm sure you saw that already.
Yeah, I retweeted.
Perfect. All right, we got some guys in the chat. Andrew, what's up? Joe, what's up? Tristan, what's up, man? Gotta love Andrew here too, man. 2 goats, happy Easter and happy 420. Again, I don't smoke anymore, but I wish I was you right now hitting a bong and then going to fucking town on some turkey tomorrow. That would be amazing. Bong rips. I love this guy, man. This guy's always in a good mood, Marcel. Don't you gotta love it. So.
Yeah, sure.
Craig, what's up, man? It's my brother, Craig. Appreciate you, man.
What's up?
Antoine, what's up, man? Glad to have you here as well. Too bad Antoine's team lost last night in basketball, Marcel. It was a close game. They were actually up, I think, by like 6 points, or was it 9 points, Antoine?
What's Antoine's team?
Atlanta Hawks basketball team.
Yeah.
I think they were up by 9. Maybe it was 6. I can't remember now. But they were up with like 2 minutes left and ended up losing. It's crazy. It was a crazy game. Anyways, same what's up. You're a Knicks fan? I got the game over here. I'm not really watching it, but I watched the other 2 games this afternoon. I like MMA. What's up, man? Happy 420. That's tomorrow, right? Yeah, happy 420. What's up, True? Sucky. You want to comment on this? It's one of our listeners. I wonder. I don't know if I can get let me pull up the message. Should I pull the message up, Marcel?
You can pull up your message as long as you don't pull off your pants. I'm good.
Not doing that. All right, let's pull the message up here.
Go ahead.
And hey, we'll take feedback, good or positive. So he said, it's a Shake Pack. As a listener of the pod, can we get Marcel to stop saying "suck my dick" as a response? It comes off as incredibly distasteful. The tweet is right here. What do you have to say for yourself, Marcel, you dirty bastard?
I can't promise that, man. I mean, this is kind of a loose podcast, you know. This is the kind of like the interaction we have, and Adam knows it's just for fun, you know. So, listen, as long as he knows it's for fun, and he doesn't think I actually want him to suck my dick, that's all good, you know what I mean? So, don't take it too seriously. I will try to. I will change it and suck my cock if you prefer that. But I mean, well, don't take it too serious, man. Come on.
Hey, we take any feedback we got, but I did want to, address the elephant in the room today, Marcel. All right, so we got UFC Kansas City. Let me just start here. So we just had some news that you broke the fight today. Ahmed Hassanzadeh is out of the fight, and Gage Young, Expectation Sports veteran, taking the fight in short notice, taking on Evan Elder in an Elder versus Young fight, Marcel, as you said. And then we found out this afternoon that the reason why is because Ahmed Hassanzadeh has a warrant out for his arrest. I think it was in Sacramento for child or sexual assault of a minor. So again, he hasn't gone to court yet, but that's the allegations, and it's not great news. So,
No.
I mean, do you have any thoughts on it?
What can I say? I mean, when I, by the way, broke the fight, I didn't know why Hassan Zada was out. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, what can I say is like, you saw the warrant, right? It's on
Yeah.
the Sacramento Police Department website, so everybody can see it. I think his bail is $400,000, and his next court date is April 22nd. So, yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen, man. I mean, doesn't look good, obviously, but we'll have to see what the judgment will be, right?
Yeah, I know for sure. So, yeah. Just wanted to answer that question. John B sent me a message just now. Guy in our Discord. Mr. Nice Guy, what's up, brother? We always appreciate you too, man. You're always sharing the podcast and stuff, giving us some love, so we appreciate that. Yeah, Tristan, we'll talk about PFL, I think, at the end. I see Tristan's comments. We can talk about it at the end. I think we should preview Kansas City and then we can do PFL unless you want to recap it really quick. Might as well, actually. You want to do it right now? Recap PFL?
Yeah, let's go quick with PFL. Yeah, I don't really.
I was at a bowling tournament yesterday. I only saw the highlights. I didn't watch the card. I was busy. So I saw the finishes. You want to go through it really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, we actually picked. Well, I was gonna say we picked Alton Rasta here,
yeah.
Which was a good pick, I think. But yeah, let me just pull it up here. PFL 3. Let me pull it up here. 1 second. All right. Why is this 2000? Stupid Wikipedia. I don't know why I'm using Wikipedia. Here it is.
By the way, guys, Adam is not searching. He's closing all his Pornhub tabs, but he will be having everything on for a second. Just give him some time to close it.
Fabian Edwards gets the knockout win over Impa Kasangani. It's a small upset there. Gadzi I always fuck this guy's name up. Gadzi Rabanadov finishes Mark Diakiese, just destroys him in 32 seconds. We both picked this one. Dalton Rasta gets the submission over Sadabusi. JJ Wilson knocks out Mads Burnell, another upset. Alfie Davis, I picked him right. Knocks out Clay Gollard. So really good main card. And then prelims, Josh Silveira, Brent Primus, and Aaron Jeffrey get the win. So I think we did okay in our picks. Not great. There was a bunch of upsets on this card. If anyone watched it and wants to give me comments about it, feel free to. I'll read them.
Your Alfie Davis pick was good, by the way, man.
Thank you. I think Clay Collard just he's taking so much damage. I'm not surprised he finally got knocked out. He has a good chin, obviously, but he's been knocked out. The only one was Max Holloway, right? I think that was the last one. 2014, where he got finished late in his debut. Imagine debuting against Max Holloway. Holy shit, that's crazy.
I mean, Max Holloway debuted against Dustin Poirier, so
I remember that. Yeah, PFL had lots of visitors. We also have our new listener here. We got Neil Cattermole. Oh man. OF was OnlyFans. Marcel's OnlyFans for his 1 incher. I don't think there's a market for that.
1 incher. They hate 1 incher. What the fuck?
The Rasta Jeffrey meme match. Yeah, Jeffrey won that fight, right? In PFL or Bellator, I mean, right?
Yeah, Jeffrey won split decision, I think.
Wasn't it? Yeah. It's been a few years. I think it was kind of Dalton getting tired late, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to remember. I can't remember everything about it. It was in 2023. Yeah, it was a decision. It was unanimous.
I met last night. He won by split decision. My bad.
It's okay. Are you guys interested in the semifinals? Yeah, I mean, I'll, again, if I wasn't busy yesterday, I would have watched it. But yeah, for sure. Yeah, Antoine, I hope you're having a good Saturday night too, man. Appreciate you guys here. WrestleMania, yeah, I'm not gonna probably watch that. I do have a friend from my bowling league he went to Vegas to watch it. He's at Allegiant Stadium right now, so guy flew all the way there to Vegas to watch it. Cool. I mean, I don't watch a ton of wrestling. I might check it out. Maybe I'll check it on Twitter if there's a big name that shows up.
Very important stuff to do after this. I can't. So.
Okay.
I have to find 5 Ronins in Assassin's Creed.
Oh, there you go. Martel's very busy with his video games tonight. Yeah, it was better. That's good. That's good. All right. Pause Rockford Files to watch you guys play. That's why old people watch Marcel. So there you go.
I don't even know what it is.
All right, let's get in the Kansas City preview. So let's start with just your overall thoughts on the card. I always ask you this, but your overall thoughts on the card. What do you think?
I think it's an okay card, man. I think the main card looks really good, to be honest. Prelims are interesting, at least some of them. Yeah, I mean, okay card, man. You see it's not in the Apex because there are more, how do you say that? Fights with implications to the rankings, or close to the rankings. Yeah, it's an interesting card, I think, overall. What else do you want me to say, Adam Martin?
I mean, I always ask you this question. Like, out of 10, what would you give it going into it? And then I ask you
7.
after.
I give it a 7.
Okay, I like the card. I think it's good. By the way, I noticed they've already put the Gage Young fight up on UFC stats. So they're probably trying to get rid of this Ahmad Hassanzadeh guy as soon as they can. By the way, one of the probably the worst signings in Contender Series history. He shouldn't have been signing. Sean Shelby wants to get him in the UFC. I didn't want him. Stupid signing. But anyways, this card I think it's a good card. Mr. Sunny, Mr. Optimistic. I'll go 8. I'll go 8 out of 10. I think it could have used like one more big fight, but it's pretty solid. I think it did lose. It lost one fight, right?
Yeah, the main event.
Well, that's what it was. Yeah, we changed the main event. But actually, I kind of like this fight better, to be honest with you. Machado Garry, Prates. What would you prefer, Prates and Machado Garry or Roundtree and Hill?
I don't mind. I think it's both good fights. So,
and we're seeing that in Azerbaijan because you know that there's a big fan base for those guys in Azerbaijan, Marcel. I still think that's a really odd main event. By the way, is Tafiq Musayev, is he in UFC? You know?
Close to what I've heard, but I don't know if he is already. But
is he a Rubinstein guy? Is he with Danny? Or
No.
Oh, he's one of the few Azerbaijani guys not with Danny.
No, he's not with Danny. I think he was with Danny, but he's not anymore, as far as I know.
All right, cool. Let's get this last basketball comment. Lakers Celtics, possible. I think Thunder are pretty good though, man. But we'll see. All right, let's get into the fights. Start with the first fight, work our way up using UFC stats. And the first fight on the card is a fight that Marcel cannot be more excited about here, as we have Chelsea Chandler taking on Joselyne Edwards. I'm just fucking with you, Marcel. Edwards, big favorite, minus 290. Chandler, plus 235. Let me ask you this. Are they someone going to miss weight? Are they going to make weight? I don't think they're going to make weight. What do you think?
I think it will be a catch weight at 140, probably. Yeah.
It should have been. They should just move that division to 140. Because there's so many girls in this position where they can't make 135 and they're too small for 145. But anyways,
yeah. Pick? Crazy opener, man. I mean, Michael Chandler going up to welterweight to fight Leon Edwards here. Michael Chandler, he fought last week, fighting again. No, I'm just kidding. So Chelsea Chandler against Joselyne Edwards. I mean, Chelsea Chandler, listen, I like her, but to be really honest, hasn't been, besides her debut, hasn't been looking really good. She beat Muniz, Joselyne, but the Santos and Dumont fight wasn't really good. And the Dumont fight, she ran away. I remember. I think that's one of the gifts that coming back every time. We got Joselyne Edwards. Besides the Ellen Perez fight, she clearly lost. I think she has done pretty decent. I think. The Cornoli fight in Paris, I think that was much closer than it looks like. It was unanimous for Nora, but it was a close fight. She won against Tamira Vidal. Man, this is like, I'm going with Edwards, but it's almost like picking between. It's almost I pick Edwards because I don't think Chandler is going to win. So I'm picking Edwards by decision. Maybe it will be a split again. So
I think split. Very possible. I mean, this fight's probably going to the distance, like almost assuredly. It's going to be somewhat competitive. I'm picking Edwards too. I just think she's the better fighter, better striker for sure. But the takedown defense is bad, right? So that's the concern here because Chelsea's a pretty big girl, pretty strong too. And if she can get some takedowns here, I mean that's how she would win the fight. So it's possible. I mean, I just think you'd be crazy to lay almost 3-1 on Joselyne Edwards, like. What are we doing here, guys? Like, there's just other fights that I have more confidence in that I'm more willing to like put my hard-earned money on. I wouldn't touch this fight. I'm going to pick her to win. I think she'll win the decision, but like, no thanks. I'm not interested at all. Let's get some comments.
Adam rather touch the other women's fight.
I like the other one a lot better. I'll tell you that. Chandler plus 3.5. I mean, it's possible she could win a round for sure. Maybe the first round they're wrestling. Tofik and Fiziev. I don't think they'll do that fight, Tristan. They'll do like Fiziev has a different opponent. Did they announce that fight yet? The Fiziev
No,
fight?
it's not official, but I mean, some people already have put out that he's fighting Bahamondes, but it's not signed as far as I know.
Did they cut the pedo? I don't know if they've cut the guy yet, but I'm sure the UFC knows about it. But like again, they took him off that card as soon as they. It's not listed anymore. It was listed like 2 hours ago, and now this news is circulating. Like, wait till all the big websites pick it up. You know, you might even see like TMZ pick it up and some of these other big outlets. Marcel, it's really bad news, terrible news, and I'm sure the UFC like this guy sucks anyway, so they're gonna rid their hands of this guy, right? Like, why would you even want this guy in the wrong? Even if the problem is like he hasn't been convicted yet, right, Marcel? And Marcel did. We were talking off the air before we started. Like he did mention like, hey, Abdul Razak Al Hassan got accused of some of this stuff. Is not with a minor. It was with legal age women, but like it turned out that they were lying. So like you have to do your due diligence. That's the thing. But having said that, UFC can still cut the guy.
Of course.
So, I didn't watch bare knuckle. I didn't even know there was a card, to be honest with you.
I mean, listen, if for some reason it's not true, and he will be like acquitted or whatever, or it won't happen, it didn't happen, UFC can still get him back, But I think I understand that the UFC is like, we're not going to keep him on the roster with this.
Yeah, no. Stuff, It's not good. He is, man, and again, he's been released. I think, right? He asked for his release, Abdul Razak, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I agree about Hassanzadeh. So anyways, let's not talk about this guy. I don't want to give him any more airtime. He's just I don't want to talk about this guy. Let's not focus on him. All right, let's go to the next fight here, Marcel. We have, let's see here. We got Timothy Twilight Cuamba against Roberto Romero. Sorry, Ricardo Romero used to be a fighter, wasn't he? Wasn't there a guy named Ricardo Romero? He
Probably.
Light heavyweight.
Yeah, possible.
I have to check. Like,
go check.
Ricardo Romero. I think there was a guy. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, there was. There was a UFC fighter. Yeah. He fought. He's 47 now. Jesus. But yeah, he fought Seth Petrozelli, Kyle Kingsbury, and James Tahuna. Ricardo Romero. Oh, I remember this guy. He fought James Tahuna, and he got knocked out and was like making these moaning sounds after he got knocked out. Remember that fight?
I'm gonna look at his face. Maybe then I know who he is again.
Yeah. That's my bad, guys. That's a different guy, but. I know.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I know. He kind of looks like Vitor Belfort with the thicker eyebrows. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy. So, anyways, Timothy Cuamba.
He looks like Vitor Belfort and Rico Rodriguez had a love baby.
Against Roberto Romero. Got this guy's name right. And featherweight fight here. Timmy Twilight. Oh, actually, the line flipped. So I think Timmy Twilight opened as the favorite. Now, Romero is the favorite, minus 120. Cuamba plus 100. So pretty close odds, but the line has flipped. I'll let you start. And it's a tough one, so I'll let you start on it.
Yeah, so we saw Timmy twice so far in the UFC. Had a short notice fight against Balaji Oki. He lost split decision there. He won the second round, but his grappling. But he lost the 1-3 on two judges' scorecards. The fight against Lucas Almeida, I don't think he looked really good in that. And Almeida looked actually really good in that fight. He was actually a favorite. Going into the fight, we both picked him, I think. And then Almeida looked really good. Roberto Romero should have... it's Roberto Romero, yeah. He should have had a fight of the night against David Onama, in my opinion, at UFC 309. Also took that fight on like 4 days' notice. Looked really good. Definitely in the first round, but Onama took over and he won. Onama is close to the top 15, so it was a pretty good performance from Roberto Romero, in my opinion. I'm going to pick him here, man. I know, like you said, he's the favorite now. He was the underdog, but I think rightfully so. I'm picking Roberto Romero. He wins by decision.
I think it's a close fight. Hit the button for me, though. I'm going to take Cuamba. I could barely hear that. Can you hit it again? There you go. I can hear it now. Yeah, I think it's a competitive fight. Both guys are decent, I think. Romero had that, pretty good fight with Onama. Dropped him in the first round. Ended up losing a decision, but very competitive. I'm surprised the judges had 30-27 across the board. I did think he won that first round. I think you did too, if I'm not mistaken, Marcel.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously he ended up, losing the decision. Took a lot of damage later on. By the way, what's his nickname, Marcel? Do you know what his nickname is?
El Charro Negro.
Is that the same thing as the other dude? Same nick, basically.
I think that means the Black Cowboy or something.
Oh, okay, Cowboy. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, Cuamba. I think two. I think competitive fights. Like I know what you said about Almeida. That's true. The first 2 rounds he got beat up. At the third round he came back, dude. And you didn't really mention that. Like he almost won the fight and late in the fight. So this guy's there for 50 minutes. Very good cardio. Pretty good striker. Very tough. Very durable. More UFC experience. I think it's a close fight. I think it's probably going the distance. Both guys seem pretty durable to me, so I think you'll probably see it go 3 rounds. But I'm going with Cuamba to win a decision, so I'll take it. I'll take him there as a small dog. Although I mean the line could flip back and forth. When you do your Marcel does a spreadsheet now for us. When you do your spreadsheet, I got a dog here, Marcel.
Yeah, I know. I already noted and take note.
Which nerd will lose? Okay, so they for some reason they're not even counting Bruna Brazil as a nerd anymore because she lost already, right? So that whenever these people post, fighting nerds have never lost. It's like they don't like mention her.
Where is Kenan Khrushchevsky? You know,
They don't mention him either. He lost to Kurt Holloway.
Where's Myra Bueno Silva?
They don't mention her. They don't even mention the guys that are winning. And I mean, I get it. It's a marketing thing, and it's cool, but like they've lost. Pereira did some training there, right, Alex?
Yeah.
He lost too. He's not a fighting nerd, but he did train there. By the way, our boy Paul's here. What's up, brother? Glad to have you here, Paul. Paul's me and Paul are going head to head in the odds breaker pool this weekend. It's tied. It's not tied. I'm up one, and then we had a draw, but he can force a draw, and then we'll see what happens with the tiebreakers. So it's gonna be interesting, Paul. Best of luck, my friend. You'll know my picks. I don't know your picks, Paul, but we'll see what happens. Justice for Cayenne, Myra Buena Silva, and Bruna Brazil. Absolutely. No one remembers these fighters because they lost, and then they forget that they're part of the team. All right, let's go to the next fight here. My main event of the evening, Marcel. Jacqueline Amorim taking on Polyana Viana. I mean, it's a good-looking fight, right? I mean, I think so. And my girl's a huge favorite, Marcel. She was a smaller favorite earlier in the week, and the money's pouring in on her here. Jacqueline minus 550 now, Marcel. Polyana plus 410. I mean, honestly, I think she wins this fight easily. I'll just say that right now. Like, I don't really rate Polyana that high. Other than the fight with Jinyu Fry, I watched Jinyu Fry where she, like, knocked her out, and that was pretty nice. I'll give her that. That was a really nice knockout. She's never, like, to me, been that impressive. Like, the wins she's had have not aged very well. Like, the girls that she beat are not in the UFC anymore. And then she's been getting finished her last couple of fights, again, to, like, pretty good fighters. I'll give her that. But, a lot of experience. It's just, losing record in the UFC is not great. And then Amorim has a debut with Sam Hughes, who basically fraud checks every prospect coming into the UFC. And I had some questions about her because, she gassed out after the first round. But since then, amazing performance against Caneo, Muniz, and then submissions over McKenna and Demopoulos. She's just really good. Her ground game is incredible. I have no doubt she wins this fight. I think she submits Polyana Viana in probably the first round. I think she wins this fight, maybe gets a bonus potentially. I think she easily wins this fight, Marcel. I'm sure you agree with you on this one.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, man. So
I don't even understand this fight. Why didn't they give her a step up? I don't think this is a step up. You're giving someone on 2-fight losing streak. Why did they do this fight?
Maybe the UFC think it's a step up. I don't know. I think Amorim wins by submission in the first round. So yeah.
Same pick. Yeah, I think this is one of the easiest pick on the card.
Yeah.
I think she will get submitted. Will they cut her if she gets finished again? That's the question. I don't know because she's very marketable, right?
Probably not. Probably not.
And then she'll lose to another girl. I think Jacqueline's ranked or no? Can't remember. Is she ranked?
No. Both are not ranked.
Okay. What's up, Paul? It's nice to have a quality main event. Oh, so we just talked about this, Paul. Marcel thought they were about the same, so fair enough. All right, let's go to the next fight here. Marvin Vittori. Yeah, his brother died in a house fire. Left the stove on, fell asleep. I mean, it's really sad, This is why, like, growing up, I remember my parents would always, like, be like, hey, did you guys turn the stove off? Like, they'd always ask that,
Yeah, same.
And even when I'm cooking, like, I'll sometimes, dude, I don't know you, I've cooked, and then I went out, and I'm like, I was driving somewhere, and I'm like, oh, fuck, did I leave the stove on? And went back home and turned, like, just to make sure, even though it was off. Because I always get fucking paranoid about that, and you saw what happened here. So
we always, whenever we left the house, I mean, always like you have like the stove, but you also have like the main. How do you say that? The main thing for where the gas comes from. So always clip that off when the last person leaves the house.
Yep, absolutely. Oh man, you know what? Maybe Tristan's on something. Like maybe she could get one of those like special submissions here. I think an armbar seems likely though, right? An armbar? Would you think?
I'm going armbar.
Yeah, that's her specialty. So, all right, let's go to the next fight here, guys. We have Cameron Siamann taking on Malcolm Wellmaker. This is a fun fight too, I think. Two bantamweight prospects, and actually, I don't even know if Simon's a prospect anymore. I mean, he keeps getting tough fights, to be honest with you. Like, this is not an easy one either. Malcolm Wellmaker is actually a slight favorite. The odds are very close here too. Minus 112, minus 108 for Siamann. So very, very close. It could end up flipping, but I believe Siamann opened as the favorite and the money's coming in on Wellmaker. Still close odds, but I think it's right. I think Wellmaker wins this fight. I think he's a really good prospect, guys. I think he's a very good prospect. Actually, our friend of the show, Dan Levy, kind of tipped us off on this guy. I think he was in NFC right before he came to UFC. And, Dan's, I mean, let's be fair. Dan's pretty biased towards those guys from Atlanta and Georgia, but he was right about this guy, I think, because, man, he looked incredible in Contender Series. Knocking out that British guy, right? Adam Bromwald. He's a British. Yeah. Incredible knockout. And obviously, this guy's just had an incredible run as a prospect, undefeated. He's actually 30 years old, so he's not super young, which I don't mind because he's like ready to start winning in the UFC. Also, he does work full time as I think, what is he, like a pipe fitter or something? What's his full time job again, Marcel?
You're really gonna ask me about?
No, he posted it though. He had something like a big documentary about it.
Yeah, but you're really gonna ask me about a profession in English, dude? It's already difficult to get this out of my head. I don't know how to say it in English.
I'm gonna double check what it is. Now, listen. In general, I don't love when guys are splitting their focus, but it shows the guys are hardworking dude, which I don't mind. All right, so he posted a video of this. Iridium actually shared it, so it's pipe fitter welder. So there's a whole video on his Instagram. Or is that Twitter? I thought you would have seen this. That's why I asked. But anyways, I mean, Siamann's okay, but taking a couple losses here. Not sure what to think about this guy anymore, Marcel. I'm not sure really what to think about him. I thought he was a good prospect. I still think he's okay, but UFC's not really doing me any favor with these matchups. Man, I think Wellmaker could spark him and knock him out, honestly. What do you think?
He's getting the opposite direction of Sean O'Malley, for example, or Paddy Pimblett. Yeah, I'm also going with Wellmaker in this one, man. Yeah.
Wellmaker handles pipes, so I'm just assuming Barcelona. Pretty much, Zach. What's up, brother? Haymaker likes Siamann decision. And he does have more experience in the UFC, no doubt about it. So, something to keep in mind. But I really think this Wellmaker guy is solid, man. So, we'll see what happens. But again, he is a Contender Series guy coming in here with no experience in the UFC. So, that's always something to keep in mind.
Who's that for us, the Freedom guy again?
Zach.
Oh, I thought it was Kevin K. Okay.
What? Oh, man. Yeah, losing to Talbot actually looks kind of worse in hindsight after Talbot got... Did he get fraud checked against Ione? Or is Ione only good that you can't say he was?
I always like Ione. Only he's old, so it's difficult to say.
Yeah, it's just ground game looked horrible, but I still think Peyton Talbot will get some wins in the UFC. All right, let's go to the next fight here, guys. We have Alatengheili taking on Damon Blackshear. Damon is a pretty big favorite here, minus 330. Alatengheili plus 260. Yeah, I'm taking Blackshear. I think he wins this fight. I like him. I think he's a good fighter. Now, he was struggling a bit against Cody Gibson in that last fight until, he got the fight to the ground. Actually, Cody took him down. Cody was, beating him up on the feet, and then for some reason, really stupid, really bad fight IQ by Cody. But, I mean, Cody has a bad record in the UFC, so, that speaks for itself. But I think Damon's decent. I don't think he's amazing, Marcel, but I think he's decent. I think he gets this guy out of there. Alatengheili's okay. He's decent. He's tough. Never been finished in the UFC. He's had, decent level opposition. Not the best, but decent. Tough, good cardio. I think that's his best attributes. But Damon, I think Damon could probably get him to the ground. He does have 75% takedown defense. That's not bad. That's not too bad. But I think Damon can still take him to the ground, push him against the fence, win a decision. I don't know if he finishes this guy. This guy's pretty tough. So I'll say Damon Blackshear by decision. What are you thinking?
Blackshear by rear naked choke. And the second round, early third round. I think he finishes Alatengheili. He ain't bad, but I think Damon is better, and
for sure.
The thing is, like you saw with Damon, he struggled with Cody Gibson. I don't think he will struggle that much with Alatengheili, to be honest. Yeah. Alatengheili has a hard head, so I don't think he will finish him by strikes, but I think by submission.
He's been submitted once in his whole career. It was 2015, so it's possible for sure.
10-year anniversary, why not?
That's actually a good one. I like that. That's funny. You want to see a rematch between Damon and Yusuf? They're in different weight classes, right? So
yeah, 145, 130.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see that, Zach, at this point. I mean, they did, like you said, they had that fight, but I think Siamann could be a contender. I don't know, man. I don't think so. What do you think? There's too many guys at 135, dude. It's too deep of a division.
But he's still very young. But the thing is, like, if he loses this one, he will be like maybe one more chance if he is lucky.
Yeah, they
So
might
I
even
don't
cut
know.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Polyana top 5 most attractive women on the roster?
For me, not top 5, but she's definitely not. She ain't ugly or anything.
She's pretty, but like I'll be like I'm not into tattoos at all. Like it's just not my thing. You know, other people love them. I don't like tattoos, so for me, it's just not my thing. I mean, you know, some tattoos, but like if you look at, I don't like her tattoos, basically, Marcel. Like they're kind of like they're like anime related and stuff. They're just not for me. So, but that being said, I mean, obviously, you know, she wouldn't find me attractive either, to be fair. So,
Yeah.
I think she's attractive, just not she's not my type. If that makes sense. Like I prefer Jacqueline. Personally.
I feel the same way.
I prefer Jacqueline. To me, Jacqueline's is she number 1? You think or top? She's top 5 for
She's
sure.
not. She's for me not number one, but she is
Oh,
definitely
Natalia's
high.
number 1. Natalia's
Yeah,
so
you
good.
know that.
She's
But
fighting in 2 weeks.
yeah, you see her live, you motherfucker. But
I
I mean, Jacqueline is very pretty, I think.
True says his wife has full neck tats. Really? Is your wife Denise Gomes? True.
Back Rawlings.
Back rolls. All right, let's go to the next fight. Next fight, Chris Gutierrez taking on John Castenada. This is at featherweight, Marcel. That's correct, right? Featherweight.
This is a featherweight fight, yeah.
Okay, I guess because they both cut weight, right? Last. By the way, Dakota. Yeah, Dakota Ditchev is definitely top 5. She's very
good. Then I take Viana over Dakota.
Okay, you know, because you think she looks like Patty.
Yeah, she looks like Patty Pimblett, man.
The girl who shakes her boots.
Who's no! That? Don't say
Eileen Perez.
Yeah. Oh God, no.
I mean, I don't. Not for me. Who shakes her booty? No, I mean,
if you like it, all good.
I don't mind talking about this topic. I think it's fine. I mean,
either. You know, I don't mind.
I don't mind either. Like, I mean, I think Jacqueline. I don't know. I'm probably forgetting someone else. Like,
I would say, like, there are a lot of Brazilian girls who look really good. You know.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them don't swing our way though, Marcel. A lot of them, like Bruna Brazil, I think, like Tristan loves her. I think she's attractive, but she's not into. She's into women.
Norma Dumont is a good call.
Oh yeah, Norma Dumont's definitely good. Good for Marco Tulio.
Yeah, I like Grasso as well, by the way, but she's Mexican. Yeah, what's her name? Amanda Ribas.
Yeah, I mean Dern's good looking too. I'm just looking at the rankings right now. I mean, I think Luana Pinheiro is pretty good looking too. Just trying to see who else. I mean, there's as you go up in weight, there's not as many.
Luana Santos.
Not as much anymore after the dog video.
I understand.
Oh yeah, and obviously Ariane De Silva. Actually, Ariane De Silva might be number 1. You know, it's possible.
Yeah, she looks really good.
She's
also,
very pretty.
And still Michelle Watterson. I know she doesn't fight anymore.
Oh yeah, 100%. She's not a fighter anymore, but man, she looks good. And there's definitely. I mean, you don't like Tracy Cortez though, right?
Too much makeup for me, man.
Not for you.
No, the thing is, when I see her without the makeup, I think she looks better. But that's my personal opinion, you know.
Yeah. Tristan, I'm not going to read your comment, but Marcel, you can read Tristan's comment in the chat. It's fucking hilarious.
What does he say? Let me see. Tristan.
I'm not going to put it on. I can't, Tristan. I want to get
I can say it what he says. I don't mind.
Zach says Verna. Oh, yeah, that's Marcel's number 1. He just didn't want to say so. Valentina, she's too, like, she would kick my ass. I mean, they all would. Let's be honest, they all would. Valentina's too much of a badass for me.
I think Dudakova looks better than Valentina than if
Victoria Dudakova.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'm not even into blondes, but I think she looks good.
I was gonna say there's someone Bellator or PFL, I guess, like Laura's not too bad looking. Alejandra Lara, you like that?
Yeah,
one?
Yeah, the Venezuela.
Yeah, that girl Anastasia Yankova. She's not there anymore. I don't think in Bellator.
She was with Mike Swick, right?
Yeah, she was with Mike Swick. I thought she was really good looking. I don't know what happened to her. She just disappeared. But oh yeah, Veronica Hardy's a really good shout out too. Yeah. Wow, we went really off topic here, but I don't really care.
Well done by Dan.
Haley Cowan, are you Dana White in our chat? I don't know, man.
She has something special.
she's okay. What's up, brother? Glad to have you here, man. We're doing fucking fantastic. We're just talking about someone, I think it was Antoine, asked who the top 5 hottest fighters were. We named a bunch, so fucking show's turned into a thirst trap. I mean, that guy who said that, oh yeah, there was a guy that gave Marcel some shit about saying suck dick too much, and now you're talking about who the hottest chicks are. So we'll see if he has a comment about that. But I'm just kidding, man. Yeah, Megan Levy's really pretty, and Lorisenko is too. UFC has two good ones, and
What
you
do
have
you
to
think?
hope. You have to hope that whatever broadcast partner picks them gets them both too.
What
I would
about
hope.
Charlie?
Charlie Hall is really pretty too. I think you like
Yeah,
her.
yeah. Why
She's
not?
great. Yeah, I mean the UFC has some good ones, man. I even think Heidi Andrels looks good too. I mean she's older now, but she looks great to me. I don't know if you like her, Heidi Andrel.
Not really my type, but I mean, she's not ugly or whatever.
Not at all. Not at all, dude. And I think she's very pretty. So, anyways, let's get back to the fights. Where were we? You guys fucking screwed me up. Oh, we're talking about Chris Gutierrez. Oh, speaking of pretty, John Castaneda. Marcel's a big fan of his sister, apparently.
True.
John Castaneda takes on Chris Gutierrez. Maybe his sister will be in the front row, Marcel. Who knows? Odds for this one have it's close. I mean, we talked about this fight I think like a month ago. Chris
Yeah,
Gutierrez is minus 120 favorite, small favorite. Castaneda plus 100. I think it's a close fight. I'm going to still pick Gutierrez though. I think he wins the decision. I think it's a close fight, but I think the leg kicks will do damage and get the nod basically. My pick doesn't change from a month ago.
I also haven't changed my pick. I also going with Chris Gutierrez. Yeah, same reason as last month. I also think the same. So I haven't changed my pick. I mean, why should I a month later?
Yeah, I mean, and it was canceled because Castaneda had a illness or something. Is that what happened? They able to fight?
Ill or something. I don't know exactly, man. Yeah.
I hope the fight happens. I mean, I'd like to see them.
Of course, me too.
All right, here we go. We have a new fight here. Evan Elder taking on Gage Young. I don't think we have odds. I can check. I don't think we do. I mean, the fight was announced by you. You broke this fight 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
No odds. I think Evan Elder will be favored. Now, he was a big favorite over Ahmad Hassanzadeh, and I loved him in that fight. I thought he would destroy that dude. I still think he wins this fight against, what's his name? Gage Young. Gage Young's, I think, actually a harder fight, to be honest with you. I think he's a decent prospect, but Evan's more proven in the UFC. He has 4 UFC fights. He's beaten, not the best opposition, obviously, but I'll give him this. The Nazim Sadikov fight, I think he was winning that fight until the doctor stopped it. So that actually looks better in hindsight.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I mean, I think he gets the job done. I'd like to see the odds. Too bad we don't have them. Other people this week, when they do their podcast, will have odds. We don't. But I think he wins this fight. I'm thinking probably decision. What do you think?
I'm going with Elder, man. I think Elder wins the fight. I like Evan Elder, you know that. I also would have picked him against Hassanzadeh, by the way.
Yeah.
Gage Young has looked okay against. He fought Kellen Salkild, I think, in the.
His striking looked good, but he got taken down 9 times.
Yeah, and that was a fight that you and other guys in the Discord were really high on, and I wasn't really like.
You didn't think Quillen was good, and then he knocked out your boy Jubilee in the first round in 30 seconds. So.
I mean, everybody knew that Quillen was going to win that fight. Let's be honest. I mean, but
19 seconds, 19.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, I wasn't that impressed by Gage Young, to be really honest. I think he's decent, but Evan Elder, I'm higher on Evan Elder, man. I really think that he's an underrated guy. Give me Elder, man. Decision, sure. Maybe even a finish, but I'm going decision.
I think he wins too. Yeah, maybe Zach. Like, I think it's great for us expectations, Zach. We were, I know James is actually going to interview him this week, so it's great. I know Steven's fucking thrilled, but I just still question level opposition. I mean, it's not great. If you look at the guys who from FAC, it's just not great. I think Elder's pretty good. Elder also trains at good camp. Could 29-28 maybe, but I think Elder wins this fight. I think it's a tougher fight. Rob Festival is a funny comment. I don't want to put it on the screen. It's funny, and you're not wrong. I'll say that. I read his other opponents on. Yeah, we talked about this already. Yes. He did get charged. There's $400,000 bond. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, who's going to even pay that? I don't even know who's going to pay that, but I'm sure he'll find a way to get out of it. But yeah, it's not good. Guy needs if he doesn't have a lawyer already, he needs him now. I'll just say that. All right, let's go to the next fight here. We got Matt Schnell taking on Jimmy Flick in a fight that just came together in a really random way because Jimmy retired a few years ago and then came back, and then Matt retired last year and then came back. And the weird thing about Matt is he was ranked and then he retired, and now he's not. I don't think he's ranked again. He's out of the rankings now, right? So
yeah,
he lost his ranking. Yeah, I know, but he was still in it for a while after he retired. Now there's a bunch of flyweights that could be in the top 15, so he's out of it now. Mm-hmm. Odds for this one: Matt Schnell minus 310, Jimmy Flick plus 250. I'm not picking Jimmy Flick. I can't pick this guy. I can't do it. Now, he did beat my boy Malcolm Gordon in Toronto. I was there. Malcolm was actually beating him up, and then all of a sudden he submitted him. So he has damn good submissions. I'll give him that, but I think he's not very good otherwise. And to me, Schnell's just a better fighter. Schnell's problem is his durability. His chin is bad. I'll read the comment in a second. I'll read it, but I want to talk about the fight. Hold on. I'll read in a second, man. I'll read in a second. Just let me finish my thought. Yeah, I'm taking Matt Schnell. I think he probably knocks him out, if anything. I think he can knock Flick out. I'll read the comments, but can you give me your pick first?
I'm going with Schnell as well, man. I'm not going to pick a Flick here, but it's like, can I go with a draw?
You're not going to pick Flick.
Yeah, can I go with a draw? I mean,
you could 10-8.
Yeah. We're going with Schnell. I mean, this is a fight. I don't know, man.
Finish? You think a finish?
Decision.
Schnell's been subbed. I mean, so is most fighters in the UFC. Are you gonna pick what's his name? Are you gonna pick Jimmy Flick then, True? He has been subbed, like you said. Flick by submission is gonna be a good number. What's up, Mark? Marcel, I know Crazy Kev's a clown, but why did you not give him credit for his fight report? Actually, I was gonna ask you the same thing. Why didn't you give credit to Kevin Holland and Vicente Luque? He had it first.
That one. Yeah, he had it first. Yeah. When I asked around when he posted it, I got told give me a second. I got told that wasn't signed, wasn't done yet, was just only talks. That's pretty much why, and I'm not the only one who didn't give him credit for it. I think almost nobody did because they got told the same.
You okay?
That basically, yeah, man. I got something in my throat. I don't know.
Just take a second. I can talk. Don't worry. I hope you feel better, man. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how the guy asked about the credit question, and Marcel gets all choked up and starts like,
yeah.
I know. What are the odds of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the same question. I was going to ask you because we'll do a quick fight announcements after this podcast. We'll do 10 minutes. I was going to ask you the same thing, but you've answered it. So there you go.
Yeah.
Damn, didn't think Marcel would get, not crediting Kev would get Marcel this emotional. I know, right?
I don't know what I have in my...
Jesus, that was loud. Swallow wrong? I mean, that's something Marcel does commonly, right, Marcel?
Yeah, more thing you do after you suck cock. You know?
that guy's going to hate us after today.
I didn't say dick, I said cock.
So. Oh, that guy's unsubbing. All right, by the way, the comment, here's Zach's comment.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing about.
I know, but I tried to focus. I have to split my focus too, but it's by the way, it's Evan Elder of ranking potential. I think, man, lightweight's a shark tank. You know, quite frankly, probably not. But just because you're not top 50 doesn't mean you're a bad fighter. Like, I think he could be like top 25, top 30. I don't think he'll be top 50. You kind of agree? Fair enough? Or Evan Elder?
Yeah.
You think he could be ranked or no?
He has the potential, but will come out. We'll see, man. He hasn't fought like the who is who yet, you know. And he got some bad luck with that cut against
Sadikov. Because like you wonder where he'd be now, right?
Yeah.
Like he'd probably be higher up the food chain. But
yeah,
Killcliff FC. Yeah, the LFA event. A lot of the guys are from the Baraka card. Mitchell McKee, right? That's another guy that we had expectation.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin K got Marcel choked up. Yeah, I know. Appreciate it, man. Marcel. There you go. We all appreciate Marcel. Don't die on us in the podcast.
Yeah.
We don't want to have like the first like cardiac arrest on a MMA podcast. That would suck. All right, let's go to the main card here, Marcel, and first fight in the card. Finally, we got to see. I mean, hopefully, right? Hopefully, this fight happens. Ikram Aliskerov against Andre Muniz. It's been canceled. What, twice? Once or twice? I can't remember now. Once or twice? How many times has it been canceled? Twice?
Twice, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Ikram's a big favorite. Let me see the odds. Ikram minus 650. Muniz plus 470. I'm taking Ikram. Now, I think he's a bit overrated, to be honest with you. I mean, the guy, you know, he hasn't beaten great opposition. Like Phil Hawes and Warley Alvarez are not in the UFC anymore. And he got destroyed by Robert Whittaker, which was laughable because he was the favorite in that fight. That's ridiculous.
We both picked Robert.
Yeah, that was one of those like crazy lines. But I feel like he's skilled. Obviously, he's skilled. He's got finishing ability on the feet and the ground, so he's skilled. Muniz, he has a good UFC record, right? 6-2, but I don't know, man. I'm not completely sold on him. I mean, he has good grappling. He did take down Jung Park 11 times in the last fight. That's impressive, but barely did any damage. It won a split decision, right? Barely did damage. And then before that, got finished by Allen and Craig. I don't know. I mean, I think he's okay. I liked him a few years ago more than now.
Yeah, I remember people saying he's like the biggest threat to Adesanya back in the day. So yeah.
To be honest with you, I think Ikram actually can finish this fight. I don't like. He's a big favorite. I think he probably ends up getting the finish, so he'll probably end up, paying off the odds. But like going forward, I don't know if this guy's like a legit contender. Like I'm not buying it really necessarily. I mean, he could be top. He's not ranked even. I don't think like he could be top 15, but people are like, oh, he's going to beat Whitaker and then fight Adesanya and all this stuff, like, or Strickland or whoever it was, Drakus. I don't see that happening. Anyways, I'll take Ikram by stoppage. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I mean, Ikram, he just got a step up way too high in this last fight against Robert. I think he wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
And I think Ikram is pretty decent. He got a little bit too much hype behind him, but I think he's pretty decent. Andre, don't call me Frankie Muniz. Yeah, I mean, on the ground he's really good, I think, but he also gasses at a certain moment. You saw it in the Brandon Allen fight that he had a good first round and then he gassed and Allen took over. Paul Craig finished him. I mean, that doesn't make this not too bad because Paul Craig has some real legit finishes on his name. But at the same time, Paul Craig is not the Paul Craig from years ago anymore, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm taking Ikram. I think Ikram knocks him out in the first round, to be honest. Although maybe Andre is able to get him to the ground and get some good dominant positions. Although I don't think Ikram is bad on the ground. If that happens, maybe second round. But I'm picking Ikram by knockout, anyways.
Yeah, no, I think he wins too. And he's been knocked out 5 times. There was another. It was Azamat versus Counteroff. There was actually 9 years ago. Jesus, but that's a crazy knockout if you go and watch that one. So he's been knocked out 5 times. That's not good in this kind of matchup, I don't think. What gym is who at? Who are you asking? Ikram or Muniz? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
American Top Team. He was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He wasn't. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I don't even care where Jimmy's at. I don't think he wins the fight. I don't think it changes his chin. I think he gets knocked out. So, good question to ask, but to me, it doesn't even. I probably should know this, but yeah. All right, let's go to the next fight. Randy Brown against Nicolas Dalby, and I think a competitive fight here. Minus 238 for Randy Brown, plus 195 for Dalby. I think this fight's gonna be close, man. Honestly, like these guys are both pretty solid fighters. Again, they're not ranked, but they're like
every Dalby fight sucks to pick because he
they're
always
close. They're always close. They're both guys are like in that 15 to 20 range, 15 to 25. Very close fight. I think it goes to decision. I would say that. So I think over 2.5 is a decent bet here. I would think because I think it goes the distance. I would lean Randy Brown. I kind of like look at the fights before I end up seeing the odds just so I don't get like totally like biased by them or clouded. And I was like, okay, I guess Randy Brown wins a close decision. And then I see him here at minus 238. I kind of feel like everyone has the same thought about this fight, and that they're like, yeah, Randy wins a close decision, 29-28. But then again, you get the judges involved, and let's see what his takedown defense is. 73. That's not bad. That's the problem is Dalby can sneak a takedown here or there. Dalby's there for 50 minutes. He's always, putting up good cardio. Hopefully he doesn't do that stupid huffing and puffing they did in the last fight, Marcel, that really annoyed you. That breathing technique. I mean, the guy's good, man. He's very good. This is a tough one, man. I'm going to go Randy Brown by decision, but this honestly can go either way. And, like, if you take a shot on Dalby at, like, plus 200, I don't blame you because I think the fight's going to be close. What do you think?
I'm going to take Randy Brown by decision, but I feel like I'm going to regret it afterwards for some reason. Because Dalby always finds a way to make it somehow competitive and maybe edging out a decision. Maybe even gets a finish in the third round. I wouldn't be surprised. But I have to go Randy Brown. He's longer. He has more reach. On the ground, Dalby can get it done maybe, but I'm more comfortable in taking Randy. I think he wins 2 out of 3 rounds, but we'll see, man. Listen, if Dalby wins, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, no, I pretty much the same as you. Like, I think Dalby's, he has some value here.
He's one of these weird 40-plussers who still can win.
He's one of these guys that, like Marcel said, like he's still in great shape. He's got great cardio. He has a good chin. He will. That's the problem, though. I'm with Tristan too. Like these guys do fall off a cliff eventually, right? I don't know if this is the fight though. Randy's also in his late 30s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Randy, actually, no, sorry, he's actually younger than me. He's younger than you. He's 34, so
okay.
He's been in the UFC for a long time. That's why we said that. But yeah, he's Brown by sub, possibly. I think the fight goes a distance though, just like you guys think. So, all right, let's go to the next fight here. We have, to many people, probably the main event of the evening, Marcel. Michel Pereira against the GOAT, Abus Magomedov. And the odds for this one are, I think they're close too. Somewhat close. Minus 162, Michel Pereira. Plus 136, Abus Magomedov. I'll let you start in this one because it's kind of a tough one. I want to hear your thoughts.
I'm picking Abus here. I think Michel Pereira is a lot of fun to watch, but I'm not gonna let Abus go as a dog here. I think he can get it to the ground, can finish it there as well. And with the striking, I think he looks pretty good. I think Michel has a chance to knock him out early on because Abus has been knocked out. At the same time, I think Abus can match him on the feet. I'm thinking Abus, and I think he wins by submission in the second round.
This is a tricky one, I think, because Abus is good, and like that fight with Sean Strickland, I don't know if it tells the full story about this guy. Like he got destroyed in that fight, but he's still a pretty solid fighter, I think. Here's the thing, though, like with Pereira, like man, before the
Here's the thing, you guys.
Here's the thing, you guys. And actually, I think he trained with Sean before, hasn't he, Michel? I think he, yeah. He won 8 straight fights, and he was looking incredible, and like he looked like a contender. And then he ran into Fluffy, and what Fluffy did to him was about as one side of a fight as you can get. Well, the scorecards were actually there were. I think there were like multiple 10 rounds, but he ended up finishing the fight in the 5th round. It was like a mercy stoppage. Was it Herb Dean? Yeah, Herb Dean. But I think Fluffy does that to like almost every middleweight in the roster, to be honest with you. So yeah, it was a bad performance, but at the same time, like I think he does that to everyone else. Like Fluffy, I think he beats up most guys in the division. Now, I mean, Brendan Allen the fight went the distance, but I just think in general, Fluffy beats up most guys. They're like unranked guys, and I'm not going to forget what this guy had been doing before, just finishing everyone in like a minute or less. So I'm going to take Michel. I actually think he can finish this fight. But if he doesn't finish Marcel, like it's crazy enough, maybe Abus can actually take over late in the fight when you thought this guy had horrible cardio. It hasn't really shown it lately. He's looked better. So I'll take Michel by stoppage early in the first round probably. But as it goes on, I mean, if he gasses himself out doing backflips and shit again, it's not cool. I kind of agree with Tristan. That's kind of what I was thinking, Tristan. That was crazy. That was like, you know what, though? I'll say this with that fight. If that's not Brazil, they could call that a stomp, and he could have been DQ'd.
Yeah.
He could have been. I think, did they look at it? Didn't they look at it? Like
I know the Polyana side had filed a complaint, but it got denied.
Yeah, but they just didn't. They're like, no, we're not looking at this. Here's another guy with a bunch of guys in the chat like Abus. So there you go. Oh yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing, you guys. Abus has never lost a minute of round 8 fight. Yeah, he's like Chael Sonnen, man, undisputed champion. Right there, you go. All right, let's go to the next fight here. We have a fun fight here between Giga Chikadze taking on David Onama. Really good fight. David Onama is not ranked. He's getting his chance to break in the rankings. When he takes on Giga, and David Onama is the favorite, minus 180, plus 154 on Giga. What are your thoughts on this one, man?
Yeah, so it's an interesting fight, definitely, because we got a guy who has been ranked for a long time against a guy who's not ranked. The thing with David Onama is I like him a lot, but he's gassing in the later rounds all the time, but he has the power to get Chikadze out of there, or maybe with the grappling, I mean, Onama, he's known for his stand-up, but at the same time, his grappling is pretty good as well, I think. Listen, yeah. Giga barely has any grappling, he's like he's a striker. It's pretty much a kickboxer in an MMA fight. I'm not picking the underdog in this one, man. I think Onama gets a win. It's also in Kansas City where he trains, I think. Picking Onama by decision. I think he does enough to win the first 2 rounds, probably.
I like the fight a lot. I'm with you, though. I'm going to go with David Onama by decision as well. But he has to mix in takedowns, because if it's just a striking battle, I mean, Giga's the better striker, right? You'd think.
Yeah, true.
David might have more power, more pure power, but
he has a ground game,
Giga's got, really technical kickboxing. But yeah, I'm with Marcel. I mean, Onama has a little bit of ability to get the fight to the ground. And then, the guy, he's in multiple fights where he's looked down and out, like the Santos fight, Marcel, and the Romero fight, and even the Langworth fight, which he did, it was a majority decision, but that fight was a fucking crazy fight too.
Yeah.
This guy's always in crazy fights. Yeah, I like both guys. And with Giga, though, I mean, it's crazy, actually. They're the same age, Marcel. They're both 30. Wait, sorry. No, my bad. I don't know why I said that. My bad. I read it wrong. Sorry. David's 30. Giga's 36, so he's getting up there in age. That's what I was going to say. My bad. That's the one worry here. I would say eventually guys fall off, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's actually born like 2 weeks before me, which is crazy. So I would know something about falling off at this age. No, I like Giga. I mean, he's definitely got. If it's just a striking battle, he has a chance. There's no
Yeah,
doubt.
for sure.
So this is why the odds are competitive. But you're right. I think if Onama can mix in takedowns, also I do think Onama, man. I mean, he's got that dog in him, dude. I think he has that dog, and I don't know if Giga does. I mean, quite frankly, compared to him. So it's a good fight. I love this fight. I mean, it could be fight of the night. It could be. I think it's a really good fight. Giga fought last summer. He fought Arnold Allen. It kind of, people forget about that fight. Not just you, but a lot of people have with Arnold Allen. Because like 2 weeks ago we talked about Allen, and I was like, when did he last fight? Was it Evloev? And Marcel's like, no, it was against Giga. I'm like, oh yeah, that fight was actually a decent fight, but another dog with Giga. I think he's got a chance, no doubt. Only reasons it's high in the cards to get Onama a win. I just think it's a good fight, True. I mean, I don't.
And Giga's ranked,
He's ranked. Onama trains there, and it's a fun fight. I think the placement's fine. What do you agree? Yeah. If Marcel thinks the card placement's fine, I trust him. I'm just surprised they didn't put a really shitty heavyweight fight in this card. I'm shocked.
Yeah, they also took it off Des Moines, which was supposed to happen on the main card. It's on the prelims.
We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
Does Giga move up to lightweight? Potentially, because it's going to be harder to cut the weight. I think you had asked another question, Antoine. Missed it. Oh, it was talking about Abus. Yeah, I think Abus, if he beats Michel Pereira, probably gets a ranked opponent. Is that fair to say?
Isn't Michel ranked anymore?
He might be 15th. I don't know for sure. Can you check?
Yeah, for sure. If you want me to check, I do that.
Hamdy's ready on 2 days' notice. Hamdy's got to fight for...
Yeah, he's fighting Mohammed Usman in Baku.
There you go.
Let me see. Michel Pereira, not ranked.
No, he's not. Yeah,
he is 14.
Okay, 14. There he is. Okay, there you go. Well, I mean, there you go. If he beats him, he's going to get someone even above him, probably. So, there you go. I kind of thought he was bounced out for some reason. But anyways. All right, we got 2 fights left here, guys. Let's go to this one here. Co-main event. Anthony Smith, supposed retirement fight against Zhang Mingyang. Zhang, minus 500. Smith, plus 380. I mean, odds are disrespectful, but I'm not picking Anthony Smith. I am definitely not picking Anthony Smith. Like, the last 2 fights have been absolutely horrible performances. The one against Reyes, 121-21 in strikes, and then Dolidze even 100-51. And if I'm not mistaken, we actually thought, he might pull that one off, but he looked terrible in that fight. Terrible. He did submit the Petrino guy, although, again, if that fight goes a bit longer, who knows? And also, Petrino's looked horrible since then, so, it's not that good of a win now, looking back. I have a lot of respect for Anthony Smith. The guy's been in the sport forever. The guy's a warrior. He should have retired 2 fights ago, dude. I don't... Bro, I'm shocked they even did this, but they're clearly trying to get Zhang Mingyang a big win in the top 15 and promote this guy. I think he knocks out Anthony Smith in the first round. He's won 10 or 15 fights, but knockout in the first round. I think he does it again. But
on paper,
is it a fraud check situation? Imagine. Because this guy hasn't fought anyone as, quite frankly, as good as Anthony Smith either.
That's possible, yeah, but I'm also not going to pick against Zhang Mingyang here. I'm picking him by knockout. I feel the same way, I feel the same way. But, hey, man, wouldn't it be great for Anthony Smith if he can get the win and get out with a win? Yeah.
What do you give his chances of actually winning this fight? Be honest.
By finish or just by decision?
Just winning the fight?
Maybe 15 to 20%, I would say.
That's about where the odds are at then. So you're saying it's about accurate. Zhang's won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's won 11 straight fights by knockout.
The power is scary. You know what I mean? If he isn't fighting a guy with so much knockout power, maybe more. But I mean, if Zhang touches him, he might go down.
Zhang's been finished 5 times too.
Yeah,
and against some random guys that I've never heard of.
Yeah, but
Asker who's that guy?
Mozharov?
Isn't that the fraud? That's the fraud guy.
Yeah.
That's the fraud guy. He finished him.
Yeah, but I mean that's.
No, he's improved.
Yeah, I mean, so many guys in the UFC who have bad losses early on. Jared Mearshart lost to fucking what's his name again? Your favorite guy.
What's his name? The guy with the 100 submission losses.
Yeah.
What's his name? Zach, tell us what's his name. I can't remember his name.
I forgot his name. Jay Ellis.
Jay Ellis. There you go. The goat. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, Ozzy Diaz is mid. Brenton Hibero. Actually, that's probably his best win. Brenton Hibero, crazy enough. And Tuco Togas is not good. So that's the thing. I'm not talking myself. Am I talking myself out? Maybe I am. I don't know. The odds are like where they are because like everyone thinks Smith is shot and done, and he probably is. Just saying, like I don't know if I'd lay the minus 500. Would you actually go and bet $500 to win 100 on this guy?
No.
But you're gonna pick him.
Yeah.
Aljo's DQ. Yeah, with the John Jones thing, he should have taken the DQ.
Yeah.
He should have, or at least it would have been. He got actually 2 points were deducted, weren't they?
Yeah.
2 point deduction.
But he was already behind 4 rounds, I think. So
he should have taken it, man. He would have made a lot more money in his career, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It would have been fucked if John Jones had 2 losses by disqualification. Then Dana would have still been butthurt about it.
But yeah, on the other side, if he does it, he probably doesn't get a desk job at the UFC because Dana hates him then. You know.
True. Marcel, why would they book this fight? Is there something we don't know? I just think they're trying to promote Ming Yang, honestly.
It's the same thing what they did on the May 10 against Aldo against Sahabi, you know? I mean, why do you do Aldo Sahabi? It's about either that Aldo will do well, it's still in division, but they want Sahabi to probably get it for Canada, you know, because Canada doesn't have really like guys who pop. I think just the Vicious is right now the one in Canada who looks the best so far, you know, and that's why it may be better for Canada to be a 51st state, you know. To,
fuck
no,
off!
just kidding.
How did I even get there? Oh man, sucks for Smith losing the Chinese prospect retirement fight. It does, but I mean, this guy, he could be legit. We'll see. I just don't think even if he goes out there and knocks Anthony Smith, like it wouldn't change my perception of what this guy is. You know. He looked really slow in the last fight. It was actually like, you know, Darren Elkin's last fight. It kind of reminded me of Anthony Smith's last fight. Very similar. These guys shouldn't be fighting anymore. Dude.
Oh man, the Darren Elkins, don't let me think about it last week, man. That was so hot. It was like you was watching. Listen, we both love Darren Elkins, but it was almost like Red Dead Redemption and That Nightmare, man. How he was fighting. Really bad.
You guys are fire. Hey, I think
Thanks,
I think that's a compliment. We'll take it.
Yeah.
DSR3 does not start round 3. Is that what you're saying, Drew? I don't think so either. Smith cannot go completely out. You don't think he can actually get knocked out cold? He's got a pretty good chin for sure, but you know,
True.
Maybe his other teeth will go. The ones that Glover didn't knock out, he'll knock out the top ones this time.
True, trying to lecture us here with this 65 plus abbreviations. You know,
oh my god! No, that's actually true. That's the cool kid lingo, Marcel. With fight doesn't start round 3. Johnny Walker meme type KO, man, that'd be crazy. All right, let's go to the next fight. Last fight, main event. Ian Machado Garry against Carlos Prates. Really interesting fight. Looking forward to hearing your guys' thoughts on it, including you, Marcel. And the odds for this one are pretty close for this main event. Ian Machado Garry minus 125, Carlos Prates plus 105. Give me your pick for the main event UFC KC. What's your pick?
So let's start off with Carlos Prates, who had an amazing 2024, his debut in the UFC, 4 wins, 4 finishes, getting a massive step up in competition, in my opinion, against Ian Machado Garry. I think Ian Garry is a guy who can really how do you say that? For some reason can get the way a fighter fights against him. He can implement his game plan during a fight and with a fighter. That's really high fight. He has really high fight IQ. A lot of people don't talk about it, but the way he fights, it's not always entertaining, but he knows how to win fights. He should win against Michael Page, how to win a fight. Against Jeff Neal. And I think the Rachmanov fight was really good of his, you know. He had Rachmanov's back taken, almost had him out in the last round. He lost the fight. He deservedly lost the fight, in my opinion. But his stock didn't drop in that fight. Actually, it rise, in my opinion.
I agree.
For me, it's a 5-rounder. We haven't seen Prates going out of the second round. I think he only got to the second round against Giles. And he looked bad against Giles in the first round, I remember. You know, he knocked him out of nowhere. So he has the knockout power to put people away. We see that. I'm picking Garry here, man. I'm not going to... Listen, if Prates can knock him down like Song Kenan did in that fight a couple of years ago, yes, he can finish him. But I think Garry is getting better as well. I cannot pick against Ian Garry, against Carlos Prates, man. I love Prates. I think he's amazing, but... yeah, I'm going with Ian Machado Garry, and I think he will get a finish late, probably 4th round.
I'm just looking at the comments. Most people are picking Garry. Is anyone picking Prates? Except for this guy. Hit the button. Let's go. Yeah, I'm taking Prates. Like again, you know, I like Garry. I think he's very good. I think his stock went up too with the last fight. I also think that Carlos Prates is very, very, very good at striking, and I think he can knock Ian Garry out. I think he can do it. The guy's just comes forward at you, throwing every combination imaginable. He's won Talk about momentum. He's won 11 straight fights,
But
10 straight fights by knockout.
Adam, he got better leg kicks than Alex Pereira.
I think you can knock him out, man. I mean, the guys look pretty much unstoppable in the UFC. Like, aside from the first round of the Trevor Giles fight, other than that, he's just been mowing through everyone. Now, again, these guys are not great fighters, so I'll give him that. Gary's fought the better competition. Gary's very good. He's a bit younger, I think. That being said, I like momentum. Momentum's on this guy's side. He did have more than a full camp. He was ready to go 2 weeks ago. Gary took it on somewhat short notice. Now, he is always training. He's going to be in good shape. I'm not worried about that. Now, again, if the fight does go the 5 rounds, you would think it would favor Gary because he's been 5. And also, like, I think the smoking thing might catch up to this guy eventually. But at the same time, all these Muay Thai fights he's been 5 rounds of Muay Thai. No, it's not the same thing. But, it's never really been the problem. Like, at the beginning of his career, he's been finished. You look back at the beginning of his career, a lot of stoppage losses. But again, these were all like 8+ years ago. Last 8 years, been unstoppable, 15-1 or something.
I mean, Adam, I give you this. It's like it would be much more fun if Prates wins, probably. But
I hope he wins. I hope he wins by knockout too, because I'm picking him. So let's go. Let's do it. And again, I may not be a popular pick, but what's with the videos of Prates, of Gary making these videos of him looking at old Prates old fights? I mean, some of the old Prates fights don't look good. There's no doubt about it. He's been finished in them. They don't look good. He kind of like broken some of them, but long time ago. Another pick for Prates. There we go. Because again, a lot of people like Gary. This guy looks Gary. This guy looks Gary. Gary. The cuck chair engaged Marcel. Marcel's going to be sitting in his cuck chair watching this fight.
I think I wonder if a lot of people pick Prates because they don't like Gary, or they're picking Prates because they really think Prates is going to win. You do. I know you do.
I think Gary's a good fighter. Like, I don't love his personality, but I think he's a really good fighter.
I know you think Prates.
He showed that against Shavkat. He looked good in that fight,
No, legit. I think you really think that Prates is going to win. That's why you pick it for sure. But I think a lot of people on the internet are picking Prates because they like the fighting nerds and stuff, and they don't like Gary, But that's not a reason not to pick him.
I didn't even mention the fighting nerds, by the way. I mean, it's not a bad thing that, they haven't lost. They've never lost. They're undefeated, just joking. But that's not a bad thing. But yeah, I mean, that's not even the reason why. I just think this guy's on fire. Ian's a future champ. Potentially. I mean, I don't think it's, I don't think it's crazy to say he could or couldn't be. We don't know his cardio. Yeah. But again, the odds are like a pick 'em here, guys. It's not like,
Bro,
it's very close odds.
If Gary loses, he should fight Colby.
Yeah. If Gary gets KO'd, how we ever live it down. I don't think it's a bad guy to lose to, though. Prates is good.
Let him fight Colby. Colby against Gary if Gary loses.
Sure, I'm down for that. Prates by decision. I'd be surprised if it goes if it goes a distance. I think he loses. I'm banking on. Actually, I'm just more likely to take him by knockout now that I think about it, because I think he knocks him out. I don't like Ian, but have respect for his skill set. Yeah, I agree. I mean, especially again if it goes 5 rounds, how Gary isn't going to wrestle and isn't going to last 5 and not wrestle. Yeah, I think he gets. I think he gets clocked. I think he gets knocked out. But we'll see. All right. Overall, you want me to go through the picks again, or?
I think we only have 3 different ones. You have Prates. I have Gary. You have what was the second?
I'll do them quickly.
Cuamba.
Let me do it.
Yeah, sure.
I took Prates. Marcel took Gary. Both took Zhang. Both took Onama. I took Pereira. Marcel took Abus. Both took Brown. Both took Ikram. Both took Schnell. Both took Gutierrez. Both took Blackshear. Both took Wellmaker. Both took Amorim. I took Cuamba. Marcel took Romero. Both took Edwards.
So you have 2 dogs. I have 1 dog.
And we both took Evan Elder.
Yeah. You have 2 dogs. I have 1 dog.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, there will probably be more than that win.
Yeah, of course.
Right? There's probably going to be multiple underdogs. It's hard, kind of. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if what dogs do you think besides the ones we
Dalby
have? Dalby. Who else?
Chikadze.
Yeah,
that's a possibility. Siamann is a possibility, I think.
Chelsea Chandler, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we already know.
You can say about a lot of the fights, to be fair.
It sucks that we don't have a consensus dog again, but yeah.
I know. I was kind of thinking about a boost. That was the one, but I can't do it. So
no problem.
But yeah, this guy Remove Limit Break's got 4 dogs, and I think they all have a chance. So
yeah,
totally understandable those ones. I want to take Prates by knockout. I think that's probably the way to go, because I think if it does go 5, he probably loses the decision. To be honest with you, I think he knocks him out though, man. Again, he's won 10 straight fights by knockout. It'd be funny. Him and Zhang, 10 straight wins by knockout. Both guys take them both by knockout, and see what that parlay costs. On paper, we both said Antoine, you might have missed it. I said 8. Marcel said 7. My thoughts don't change after going through it. All right, we're at an hour and 10 minutes. So we went a little bit longer. That's okay, guys. Give me 1 minute, about 2 minutes. We'll just do fight announcements. We're gonna do it really quick. If you want, join us. If not, no worries. But we're gonna be back next week for UFC Des Moines preview and UFC Kansas City recap. And then the week after that, Marcel, with the UFC 350 Montreal preview. And then the week after, I'm going to be in Montreal for the fight. So I can't fucking wait because I haven't been to a live fight since UFC 297 last year, which sucked. That's the kind of card that makes Trump want to put Canada as the 51st state.
You're going to go as media member, right?
Yeah, I'm going as a media member. Hopefully, I would love to sit cage side. That'd be sick. If not, whatever. If I have to sit up top, that's fine. I don't really want to sit backstage because I'd be pretty pissed if I drove all the way to Montreal just to sit backstage. I don't think that'll happen, but we'll see. But I think probably I'll get a good seat. But if not, if it's not cage side, that's okay. I don't mind sitting up top and watching it from the top. You actually get
what she said.
Decent view. So, anyways, appreciate you, Antoine. Thank you, guys. Give us a minute here. We'll do a fight announcement show. It's gonna be a quick show. It'll be like 10 or 15 minutes going through some recent fights, and that's it. And then we'll be back next week. So if you want, stick around for that. If not, no worries. And Antoine, UFC Atlanta coming up very soon. 2 months.